Welcome to AmericanHunter.org. I'll be putting together a tip every week to run on the website. This week I want to talk a little bit more about one detail or one part of using trail cameras to pattern buck movement. I'm really going to focus on what you can learn from the photos. And there's the obvious stuff, of course. You can learn the time of day, and you can learn which buck is in which area and what time of day. And that's all good information, but just as importantly is learning what direction the deer is approaching from when he comes toward the camera. So if his tail end is pointing a certain direction, it's probably pointing toward his bedding area. I'm saying probably pointing toward it because he could circle the camera or whatever. He might come in from a different direction and maybe be messing around in a field nearby and then come up to the camera. But depending upon where the camera is located, a lot of times I'll put mine right out in the middle of a feeding area. I don't want to be in areas where I'm impacting the deer very much. I don't want to be near their bedding areas. So a lot of times my cameras are in their feeding areas. And a lot of times, again, when they approach that, they're coming from the open field. So I know more or less when that first frame occurs what direction that buck was coming from. His tail end is pointing towards probably where he bedded. And I've really put that to good use over the years. In fact, during the 2009 season, I nailed the buck right down to the exact ditch that he was living in, just because whenever he came to the camera, he always approached it from that direction and his tail was always pointing toward that ditch. When he'd leave the camera in the mornings, he would head toward that ditch. So the last frame that I got, or the last image I got in a morning series would tell me what direction the deer was going toward, and of course in the evening the first frame tells you which direction the deer is coming from. So put that information to good use. That can help you either to further pattern the deer or suggest locations if you don't really have it figured out yet where you can move your camera in order to get more pictures. Patterning bucks is a lot of fun, and until the trail cameras really became more prevalent, I didn't think it was even possible, but now I believe in it 100%. We've proven it many times over. You can learn enough about a buck to figure out where the best place is to encounter that deer during the hunting season. And what I've told you today, this tip is just one small piece of the puzzle. You can use this to help you when you're patterning a buck this fall.